Years ago, it was unheard of to have a female porter working on Mt Kilimanjaro. Determined and undeterred, today a small group of women have joined the ranks as NGUMUs on the world's highest freestanding mountain. This is their story.
The thing about carry weight on your head is that it comes easier to us African women because it is something we do from childhood.
Ready? Bus.
Here?
Yeah. Kasawa?
Yes. But when you feel tired, you can put here.
On my neck?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like that.
Okay.
All right?
Sawa?
Yes.
Iva.
Okay.
Are
you ready to go?
No. I think so.
Okay.
When it comes to being determined, Olympic gold medalist Crista Cullen knows a thing or two.
Now, chance for Cullen. Cullen score. Crista Cullen brings Great Britain level.
Kenyan raised and a Swahili speaker, she joins the porters to experience what it takes to be an NGUMU on Kilimanjaro.
I've been told to go really slowly, so that's what I'm trying to do, but it's not that comfortable on your head, let's just put it that way.
All porters carry a maximum of 25 kilograms each. But it's the women who choose to carry the majority of the weight on their heads.
I'm not convinced yet. I'm sure the neck muscles will start hurting sometime soon. But if they can do it, I can do it, so I'll just hang in there. And I'm so keen to hear lots about, how these women have come about doing this kind of stuff. It's not, I'm sure, traditionally what they're used to doing, taking part in kind of taking 20 kilos worth of heavy weight up a huge mountain. So I'm really looking forward to getting to know these girls and the reasons why they've chosen these kind of jobs, because it's not easy, but I'm intrigued as to their individual stories.
Joining Crista on her journey is assistant guide and Kilimanjaro stalwart Lucia Kavoy, who knows these slopes like the back of her hand.
They call me the lioness. They say that because sometimes I can stay in the one group, a lot of men, only me as a female.
Right.
So they say this is the lioness because she carried the luggage the same you.
Yeah.
And the same porters.
Yeah.
And after I arrive to the camp, I must go to fetch some water as others porter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you do the role completely.
Yes, and they asked me the question about the children. I have children. So they said you are lioness because you fight here for your children.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how long have you been doing this now?
I have 7 years on this mountain.
Wow.
But before guide, I started as a porter for 2 years. And I have 5 years as a guide. So for total, I have 7 years on this mountain.
I just asked Oscar why he's carrying a jerry can, and apparently it's for cooking. So when we arrive and all the guests settle in and make themselves at home on the nice chairs, we go off to the little river and go and fetch some water so that they can washy-washy.
Yes.
Washy-washy.
Washy-washy.
Reaching camp does not mean rest for the porters. They must fetch water, prepare food, and assemble the tents for their clients. Then it's briefing and roll call.
He's talking about your feet and looking after your feet on the mountain, and if there's a number of people all sharing the same tent, if you've got smelly feet, it's not very nice for the people next to you, so they're all giggling nervously about the fact they must all wash their feet this evening.
Tasiana Panga.
Nema Wiso.
Nipo.
Ruth Jacob. Nipo. Crista Cullen.
Nipo.
Oh.
Oh, tutaangalia basi. Hivi. Tutaangalia basi. Mimi sina. Wewe tu, wewe nako na power. Wewe endelea.
Another day brings another song. With a job as tough as this, it is important to keep spirits high. Singing on Kilimanjaro, therefore, becomes an integral part of NGUMU life, as does the occasional impromptu dance.
Apparently women do this. And you can see my backing singers are on it as well. Nataka kufika wapi? Naona hawa wote nafanya guiding na kila kitu. Wewe unataka kufika huko? Nataka kufika huko pia. So her aspirations are to be an assistant guide like some of the other women we've been talking to.
Yesu asiyebadilika. Oh, jirani yako anaweza badilika, lakini Yesu hawezi badilika. Haleluya. Nimempata asiyebadilika. Yesu asiyebadilika. Oh, rafiki yako First of all, I'm a Maasai. I want to talk about that mountain. The mountain which you see there, that is Mt Kilimanjaro. But there are the little clouds around it. That's why you can't see very clear there. I must take my clients to the top. That's why I'm here. But the top is, we don't have shortcut here. We must go around like this to reach to the top.
Hello. Hello. Good morning again. Good morning. Washy.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Rising early to complete the morning routine, porters send their clients on their way, well-fed and rested. The race is then on to pack up, overtake the clients, and ready the next camp.
What motivation up in front of us. Got Killy literally bearing down on us. If that's any motivation, just get this bag up there as quick as I can. All right, here we go.
She can't carry without taking or using both hands. Yeah, so we try to make it better.
Basically, in essence, what Lucy's trying to say is that my balance is terrible and I can't go without my hands, so I basically need somewhere to be able to grip and hold so that if I do get a little unstable, I don't end up going into the bush. So we haven't got far and I'm having a terrible trouble with my bag. Right now, finally, after a third attempt, I think we've got this bag finally sorted. And off we go to Cathedral! Woo woo! You can see the campsite in the distance over there. It's actually the most demoralising thing because no matter how far you walk, it doesn't seem to get any closer. Anyway, we carry on plodding.
Yani anamaanisha kwamba kipindi cha nyuma, si ndio? Na sasa hivi ni tofauti.
Sasa hivi ni tofauti. Hawa ni sawa. Wanawake wanafanya kazi, si ndio?
Kipindi cha nyuma wanawake walikuwa wachache. Na kama nilivyokuambia, wanaume wengi hawapendi kuona wanawake. Kwanza wanaona kama huwezi. So wanatumia ile tabia kwamba huwezi afu unakuwa dhaifu. Wanaweza wakakuchokoza.
Wakati mwingine wanakudharau.
Kweli.
Wakati mwingine wanakutukana.
Kwamba wewe
kwa mfano
msichana tu.
Kwa mfano nimeshakutana na kauli wanasema hivi, wewe ni mwanamke tu, huwezi kushindana na nguvu ya mwanaume. Wewe uko kwa ajili ya kuzaa. Umekuja kufanya kazi ya mwanaume. Lakini unapuuza, unaendelea na kazi.
Sasa hivi ni tofauti.
Sasa hivi wanatuheshimu.
Wametuzoea kwa sababu tunafanya na tunapimiwa kilo 20 sawa sawa na mwanaume. Na tunafanya na tunafika. So sasa hivi heshima ipo tofauti na mwanzo. Ni wachache sana ambao hawataki kukubali, lakini asilimia kubwa ya wanaume wametuheshimu.
So we were talking more in depth around the stigma of women doing this job, and initially when women started doing it, they used the word chokoza, which is, where, there would be a bit of banter, slightly negative banter, of course, derogatively towards the women, saying that they were unable or incapable of being able to complete the task. And interestingly, that almost motivated these ladies more, because as time has gone on, they say it's now Tofauti, which means it's now different. And because the weight that both men and women carry, it's the same across both genders, and therefore that form of equality is now given to both genders. So a really, really positive thing for them.
Tonight they're just going to cook. We have tilapia fish from Lake Victoria. We have fried potato and some vegetables. And we have soup, which is vegetable soup. Very nice soup. It just tastes really awesome. And then we have, what else? And then we are just boiling water for tea drinking, and some water for drink.
Considering we're up a mountain, this looks amazing! I think as the days go on, we start to develop a bit of a hatred for the weight that's on your back, and as you go higher and higher, and obviously the altitude shifts somewhat, you start to resent either the people and what they put in the bag, or the frustration starts to build, and your technique, you critique your technique. And I just literally watch Lucia's feet, and I just try and replicate where she puts her feet in, and it's just the little wins, but it's amazingly relentless. It just doesn't stop, and you just think, well, I've just got to get to the next break. And I think it's just those little short gains, but I have a horrible relationship with this backpack. I loathe it, and when I drop it, all I want to do is kick it, but I'll get it up this mountain if it kills me.
Angalia kichwa chake.
Yes, let me hold you on my head. Just to see. Yes. Before? No. Yes.
It's amazing the width of it, to try and navigate around little rocks and stuff. You don't want to knock yourself off this wall, that's for sure. Woo!
Why not? How? Don't carry the luggage like a porter.
I didn't know she can do this, so I'm so happy for her because she's still strong.
Oh, that's quite a horrible hill to finish. Getting up to right here.
The thing now, there is a lot of number of women. They need to get chance to work here, but they don't have chance because these companies that they accept them to work on the mountain, they don't have enough groups to fulfill all women's at the bottom. So perhaps if the other companies will do this exactly as how Exodus and the other companies do, they will give a lot of women's chance to come and work up here.
The dynamics here is actually, it's really lovely because there's a lot of porters from surrounding agencies that obviously do some work together, so they're sort of giving each other a little bit of a morale boost. And then I've just watched Simon actually take the oxygen away from Alicia's pack,
and put it in his own so that he carries it today. And that's the epitome of, I guess, sort of teamwork and stuff. You know, he's saying, you know, I think your bag's a bit heavy, so I reckon I can probably help you out. And I guess that's what being part of a team is, you know, that's these guys sort of sticking together and working it out. Everything's been already weighed, everyone's been agreed that they should be carrying that, but he is insistent that he should take the oxygen off her, which is lovely.
Kwa wanawake, kwa mara ya kwanza ilikuwa ni ngumu kidogo kuelewa, sababu wengi walijua kwamba ni kazi ya wanaume tu. Ila baada, manake Africa Walking ndo kampuni ya kwanza kufanya kazi na wanawake. Kwa hiyo baada walivyokuja sisi kuwapokea, tuliona kwanza mambo kwenye kampuni yanakuwa sawa. Yanakuwa ule usawa. Hakuna tena ile ubishi, matusi ndani ya kempu yanapotea kabisa. Kwa sababu wote tunahitajika kuheshimiana. Na wani dada zetu. Kwa hiyo hata ukiwa nao unafurahi sasa. Kwa kuwa uko na dada zako na mama zako wengine. Na mimi pia nafurahi kwa sababu wananichukuliaga kama mtoto wao.
Tunabeba, beba, beba.
Beba.
Tunabeba, beba, beba.
Beba.
I've done one trip and managed to get the bag to base camp, and whilst I feel that I've kind of achieved in some way the challenge that was set for me and managed to do it as authentic as I would have loved to by sort of rotating the way they do it, I don't have to churn out that kind of thing, you know, 6-8 times a season. And I have a huge amount of respect for them, both individually and collectively. My shoulders are killing, my neck aches beyond compare. I've never had neck ache like I have now. But it's summit day and it's come so quickly, but it's been such a long slog.
Well done. You can. You will. You'll do it.
For most, reaching the summit of Kilimanjaro is the main prize. A few hours rest and an 11 p.m. start allows enough time to try and reach the top for sunrise. A select group of specially trained porters join the clients to guide and assist them to the roof of Africa.
It's a lot of uphill. Thankfully there's sort of a zigzag to it, so it's not sort of steep, but just a lot of resilience and just grinding, which is just not fun. It's just not fun at all. A very, very slow pace, and I'm back to that same old trait that I used when I had the bag on my head of just purely watching those feet in front of me and trying to just stay in time with them and make sure I just keep up. When you finally do get up here and you watch the sunrise, you realise quite how beautiful it is. I've genuinely been on the most ridiculous journey over the last 8 days. Women have come so far in this journey as well. When I first arrived, I didn't really realise what I'd let myself into. The relentless nature of this role as a porter to get kit up Kilimanjaro needs a lot of respect because it's Jewett. And when I first arrived and threw that 20-kilo bag on my head, which isn't naturally something that us Mzungus do through our early stages, as Lou said, that the African women do, it was tough. It was really, really tough. And I had to show some of the skills that these women demonstrate every day of this resilience to prove and gather respect that they truly deserve. And from complete skepticism to finally acceptance, where the guys who were running past me at Mach 1 and girls as well would say to me, you know, well done Mzungu, so proud of you, you understand what it's like to be in NGUMU. That has been an incredibly tough and challenging journey, but in some ways replicates that journey that women have been on up this mountain, because 10 years ago they really struggled to be accepted. And now there's this family environment and team ethic that JT alluded to. Without women, who are unfortunately only 18% of the workforce that go up Kilimanjaro, without them, this balanced team ethos that helps everyone, both clients and porta body alike, to get up this mountain, I think would be a real shame. And agencies need to realise that they bring a massive part to this Kilimanjaro family. And that's the amazing thing about these porters, is their ability to keep smiling, to keep working together, to keep ambitious and really empowering each other to just keep that plod going. And the fact that they were able to get every single one of their clients to the top of the summit, I think epitomises this group of people that I was lucky enough to work with. They're incredibly special, they work incredibly hard, and I feel very privileged to have walked alongside them.
Pole!